Do you think running naked is an effective way to protest? The University of the Philippines hosts an annual event called the Oblation Run. This event garners a lot of social media attention and is a highly anticipated spectacle within the UP campus. The run's theme changes yearly, such as when it protested against fraternity violence in 1995, for justice for the Hacienda Lucita victims in 2004, and for the end of the drug-related conflict in Marawi City, and Mindanao martial law in 2017. Surprisingly, participation is exclusive. This event is organized and run by the Alpha Phi Omega, or APO, fraternity, and it selects the runners from its senior members, who go on to run naked with face coverings while offering roses across the UP campus.
This presents the first major issue behind this event. The APO fraternity practices severe initiations that include violent hazing. This has resulted in at least 3 known deaths. While the Philippines has an anti-hazing law in effect since 1995, its first conviction occurred in 2015 after APO members killed Marlon Villanueva in 2006. Now keep in mind that the 1995 Oblation Run was protesting against the fraternity violence, which is hypocritical when examining the death of Villanueva in 2006, which means it nullifies the credibility of the event as a whole.
But why are they running naked? And how is that relevant to protest? The Oblation Run takes inspiration from the Oblation statue, which is located at the center of the campus. A symbol of martyrdom and patriotism, it reminds the youth to offer themselves to the country. The Oblation Run uses the symbol of nudity for its protest, but unlike nudity in queer, feminist, and body positivity protests, it is executed in a performative and shallow manner. For example, the offering of flowers to beautiful women, or in some instances, the run has been used as a backdrop for a marriage proposal. By doing this, the Oblation Run ignores the message behind the statue, taking its nudity at face value, and using it to perform the fraternity's ideal of masculinity, a hyper-masculine notion that relies on force and ego.
Hazing rituals are an open secret within fraternity culture.
The APO is no exception.
The purpose of these rituals is to demean the neophyte through tests of strength and endurance that target the subject's body and identity. These hazing rituals commonly make use of shame and violence to socialize its neophytes and establish a culture of exceptional survival within the fraternity.
Professor Philomen Gutierrez of UP suggests that these hazing rituals reinforce the need for violence as a solution.
For a university that is known for producing political leaders, this is especially worrying.
The hazing breaks down the neophytes to rebuild them in the fraternity's idea of masculinity, a proof of worthiness to access the fraternity's social recognition and power.
To answer our question, we think that the use of nudity in the Oblation Run is not an effective protest. We think that nudity in this case emphasizes the bravado these initiated men have for undergoing torture to join an elite social club. This brings into question the motive behind organizing the protests in the first place and debilitates the protest to the point of shallowness and performative activism.